What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's doing well. Yeah, so today I'm basically just going to be going over some setups I'm in two setups at the moment. So if you guys did watch the live stream on the app, basically I was talking about this setup here that I did actually take for APT, and then also this 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗡𝗥𝗧𝗦 trade that we're in as well. So yeah, it was just these two setups that I'm currently in. Even 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗡𝗥𝗧𝗦, like, this is just picture perfect, right? I was speaking about it, like, you know, I was up around about 6%, whereas APT it's just kind of pumping a bit more. But you're looking at a potential re-entry here, because I did actually take profit. This was the TP1 at this high here. Okay, so essentially now my stop loss is at break even, right? Okay, so this was TP1. I didn't speak about this in the live, so if you guys did join the live, you would have actually been in this trade. So basically, this was the setup. Yeah, so we're currently in two setups and WorldCoin. I'm looking still at a long position for WorldCoin right now, so see how this plays out. But essentially, just looking at long. The reason why I was speaking about shorts the whole day, right? And the reason why I was looking at shorts is because Bitcoin is bearish still, right? So when Bitcoin is bearish, most of the coins tend to follow, right? So, but within today, it's kind of like a few of the altcoins have just been kind of popping off on their own. And the reason why I did take these longs is because Bitcoin's kind of at support, right? So when Bitcoin's at support, essentially you have other coins that need to be moving, you know. So APT we currently long here, and our TP1 did get hit, and then also 𝗕𝗪𝗠𝗡𝗥𝗧𝗦 was this setup here. Still gonna hold this, because as long as Bitcoin stays, because you remember, if you watch the live stream, right, in the app, I was looking at short for Bitcoin below here, but we didn't actually get that, and also Ethereum, right? Same thing. I was looking for shorts below here, but we didn't actually get that. So as long as Bitcoin and ETH stay humble and stay respecting this low over here, then obviously it's still valid to look at longs. Okay? So WorldCoin, now I'm still looking at these longs. If you want to take these longs here for WorldCoin, looks very clean. And then for APT, basically, you know, I'm still looking at this. So basically, I took 50% at this level here. And I want to quickly go over why this trade actually played out, because I sent in the Telegram group, if you guys do want to have a look at that. So basically, like on the Telegram, what I was saying is it was a picture perfect play. So basically, it's called a breakout celery play. Okay, so basically, what we had here, we had this 5-minute candle close above here, and then what we had after that was this candle that closed bearish, but closed respecting this resistance over here, and then you enter on the breakout, right? So this is exactly what we had here. It's called the celery play. So So if you want to, like I sent this in the Telegram, basically it has every single play like that I use. It's very price action based. It's not, you don't use any indicators or any of these things. But yeah. So this is the current situation I'm in here. I'm in this long, and yeah. So for Chainlink, quite interesting. Chainlink, I was actually looking at potential long at this area here, but we didn't actually come back down. So currently just reevaluating what I'm going to be doing here for Chainlink, but yeah, I don't know what to do. Sorry about that. Yeah, so look at WorldCoin here, guys. We did enter this. I want to see how this plays out. Let's see how this plays out. Like essentially on the 15 minutes, we could potentially see quite a big move here. So if you did join in the beginning, we did take the setup here for WorldCoin. We did take the setup here for WorldCoin. Essentially just targeting, it's quite a big move here, to be honest with you guys. Like it's around about 8%. So it's on a 10x, that is 80%. So you can potentially make 80% on this trade, yeah. Yeah, look at APT. Looks still good here. Looks like most of the coins are starting to move down. So you can see how the 5-minute did close respecting this high here for WorldCoin. We did take a long here. We long on quite a few coins. Yes, we long on WorldCoin, we long on APT, and we are long on 𝗕𝗧𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘. Okay, so we are long on a few coins. If you guys did miss the entries, basically they were given, the WorldCoin one was given in this live, but the other two entries were given in the other live. So I streamed in the app, and then I also stream on YouTube, especially today. So every Monday, actually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'll stream on both platforms. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll just stream on YouTube. But I would suggest watching the in-app because it kind of follows on to what we have here. And basically what we have is a breakout for WorldCoin and potential target of around about like 80%. So 7.8% is the target, but from entry around about 80% move, like on a 10x. So if you want to enter this WorldCoin long, I would suggest just, the problem is right now, what you want to wait for is, what do we have? Yeah, we need to wait for the 15 closure. Yeah. So if I was you and you didn't get my entry, what I'd wait for is the 15-minute candle to close, because essentially, right, this is the level that we've been speaking about the whole day. So if you did watch my live stream earlier, you can see that this blue line, this 1.684 zone, is the key zone, right? So if you have a look in the 15 minutes here, as long as price stays above here, look at this, right? If we see a 15 closure, we tend to move up at least to like 1.721, right? That could be your take profit one. So you can see how I'm finding these levels here. So this would be the ideal level, right? This level here, 1.72, 1.721, anywhere there would be a great TP. Yeah. So I want to see how this looks. You can see within today, right? Even earlier, I was looking at these longs. So I've kind of just been waiting for this to happen. So we'll see how this plays out. But essentially, looking at this. Yeah, so that is the trade that we're in. We'll see how this plays out. And then APT looks like it's coming back down a little bit. But as long as 𝗕𝗧𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 stays good, resistance here, right? So if you guys didn't enter this, what I would suggest is just waiting for this next 15 closure, because essentially we haven't closed. Like my whole strategy is based on the candle closures, and we need to see a closure above this level. Yeah. So when price doesn't close above the key level, then it's not really valid for price action to occur. Yeah. We need price to close above like 1.684. Okay. If price closes above this level, then it's valid to take longs. But until then, it's not really valid. Yeah. Yeah, and then obviously like 𝗕𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗪, we did take this long earlier, coming down a little bit. And then if you look at APT, it's just look at this, right? The 30-minute candle closed bullish. Like this was, I spoke about it earlier. This was that 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 play we're looking at. Oh, sorry, my screen did freeze. So this is the playbook, right? And essentially, if you want to be a price action trader like me, you have to learn how candles form and why they form, right? So instead of using indicators and all of these things, you need to understand like what's actually happening. So yeah, so looking good here. I mean, APT still looks fine. Altcoin kind of coming down now. So I would suggest not going into this trade. Like I entered it a bit early. But what I'll do is I'm gonna wait. I'd rather wait for this. You can see how the 50-minute candle is. We need to see a closure above there, and we didn't actually close above there. So what I'll do is on this trade here, I'd wait for the next 15 minutes to close. So I'm just gonna exit this setup. I don't think anyone took it, but essentially you're gonna wait for the next 15-minute candle to close. So I did exit this trade with a small loss there, but essentially just gonna wait for. I'd rather wait for the actual 15-minute candle close above this level, right? You want to see candles close above here. Once we close above here, then it's valid, because at the moment it's a really strong rejection level, right? Like we got rejected off here multiple times, right? So that is the problem right now that altcoin has. I don't know why it keeps freezing here. I don't know why it keeps freezing. But what I was saying is that this key level here at around about 1.684 is a very strong resistance zone, and that's the problem right now, because we need to see closures above there. Okay, so important to wait for that. If we go back to Bitcoin, essentially we're still looking at these sells, right? We are still waiting for these sells on the 5 minutes. Then for Ethereum as well, looks a bit more evidence here. So look on the 15 for Ethereum. You look at Ethereum on the 15 minutes here. This is something I'm looking at. Okay, so I want to see a candle close below here on the 15 minutes. So essentially, those below here are definitely valid. I've been waiting for this the whole day. Okay, so sells are below there are definitely valid. If we get the next 15 candle to close bearish below here, then I'm going to take some sells to target like 1563, and your stop loss would have to just be above this wick here. Okay, so looking good here for what's the called there. Then APT is coming down a bit here. So I did take, like I said earlier, I did take about 50% at TP1 here. So I just put my stop loss to break even at this point. But I just want to quickly show you something if you guys did miss. Basically what I was saying earlier was this, right? So look closely here. So the 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 play. Yeah. So we had, look on the 5 minutes here. So this is our resistance, right? So this blue line over here is the resistance. Yeah. That line is the resistance. So if you have a look here on the 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 And the next candle closed bearish, but respecting it, right? The same with over here, right? Closed bearish, but closed respecting that level. Okay. So we now know that because it closed respecting, most probably going to see a breakout, right? And that's exactly what we got. We had bar stops on the breakout there. and it was just a very, very clean signal. So when basically this is how I learned my strategy. So what I'll do is in the next video, I'm actually gonna post a video today, like my full strategy and how I trade, all of that. So make sure you guys do watch that. It will be uploaded today. But essentially, I use this book. It's around about 44 pages, right? Nothing too crazy, but it explains how you can actually trade these patterns and all these setups and all of this. So it's more logical than using indicators. So yeah, so it depends though. It honestly depends. So we're looking for sells here, guys. What is this? Yeah, the 50-minute candle is closing below here for Ethereum. Beautiful. Right? So we're looking at sells here. So what I'm gonna look for here, the sells, I say sells below here are valid. So what I want to see now is I want to see top wick, and then once we create this top wick, we flip bearish, and then we come down. Okay. So I'll be looking at this sell here. I'm not in the sell as of yet, but I'll be looking at this ASAP. I want to see how the candle reacts here. APT is kind of still lurking, still kind of just doing its thing. But I want to take the setup here for Ethereum. Okay. Okay, as you can see that the problem is we haven't created a top wick yet. So did we create a top wick on the 15th? We did create a small top wick. This is probably going to play out. This will probably play out. Yeah, I personally I didn't take it, but I do think it will play out. So I'm not in this trade, but I do think that it's a very, very good setup. The risk to reward is beautiful. So if you want to take it, I would suggest taking it. Because on the 5 minutes, yeah, I mean it looks bearish. It's close below the range on the 5, close below on the 15. So it's definitely gonna play out, I think. I would expect price to just carry on coming down. Yeah. So let's see how this plays out. But essentially you want to put stop loss above this wick here, above this high, and you take profit like at these lows. Essentially, you have a TP level here as well, around about 1570, 1560. Your first TP, but essentially, like the 15 closed bearish. Yeah, the 15 closed bearish. 30 minutes like very bearish. Yeah, this is probably gonna play out, guys. So yeah, let's see how this works. See how this plays out. Your TP1, right? We've identified our TP1. Would probably be here. Okay? So like 1570, 1569. So this is like TP1, right? Because the thing is, it's not even a massive range. It's only like a 0.5% range. But the thing is, it could definitely tap into those lows. And you can see right now, like Ethereum is going down, whereas APT is kind of just doing its own thing. So you can kind of like, I'm shorting ETH now, right? But I'm also long on APT. So I've got like quite a hedge of positions open here. But let's see how this plays out here for ETH. Yeah, because I mean it does look good. And then also Chainlink, like I'm kind of waiting for Chainlink because yeah, if you have a look at Chainlink here, I'm essentially looking at Basel on this support level here. Kind of waiting for that. It's gonna take a while, but yeah. So Ethereum is pretty much the only play that we have at the moment. Because the thing is with Ethereum, it closed below our range. And on the 15-minute, it closed below, same as the 5 minute. The problem was that I just didn't really like was it didn't really have a top wick, but it did have a small one if you can see over here. So we created a small top wick over here. So we should carry on coming down. Looks like it'll be a more profit if you basically extend the candlesticks, but essentially that's what it looks like. So it's only a 0.5% range. Like I said, it's quite a small range, but essentially it's the only range we really have at the moment that we're working with. Yeah, that's pretty much the only trade that we're looking at right now. So we have to wait and see, because obviously, like Chainlink, yeah, Chainlink still waiting for this. I think that's going to take quite a while. We have to, obviously, Ethereum and Bitcoin has to dump. But just be careful here for this trade. I would be looking at taking some profits at this level, because we have this 5-minute support here. So like essentially this level here could potentially bounce. So TP1 would be there. Still looking at that. You can see how the 5-minute actually closure is respecting this level. Could potentially see a bounce here. Could potentially see a bounce here. I want to see how this holds though. I want to see how this holds. But basically, this is just a normal breakout, right? So if you have a look at this, the playbook here, just a breakout, right? To the downside. So if you have a look at this, right, it's called the small wick down. Okay, so the playbook says goes below support. You have a sell stop below the previous wick, and then you have a movement down, right? Essentially, you could have had a sell stop below the previous wick over here, and you have the movement down. So essentially, that's all you're doing, right? That's all you're doing. I would suggest, if you guys want to be like price action traders like me, the problem is you kind of have to, if you want to be a price action trader like me, you have to make sure you're drawing out your zones prior to the session that you're trading, because basically if you're trading a London session, then you have to have these levels drawn out for New York session, because the thing is these trades might only happen in New York. So yeah, so we just short here. Solana is like kind of just rubbish there. I tried to look at Solana earlier, but it's just not really doing anything. Actually, kind of just, so I was looking at this. If you guys were in my live stream, this is what I was looking at for Axie, because it was quite bullish today, right? We had that fake out, and we also had this level here getting retested here multiple times. So yeah, see our price respect to this level here. So we need to see like a break above this high. We need to see a break. So basically, when you see a break above this high over here, like 4.619, and then we see movement around. It looks like APT is moving nicely now, though. Yeah, so you can see APT is kind of moving quite nicely. Yeah, so APT, I'm expecting price to just carry on here. This coin's had too much momentum to the upside today. That's why we were taking bars the whole day. Ethereum, yeah, just watch out for this setup. Problem with this trade is it's just kind of a potential double bottom here. Like this level here is a double bottom. So yeah, I don't really, let's say it's not that great, to be honest. The problem is it's just also the range is very, very small. We could potentially, could be a fake out here. And with APT pumping like this, it's obviously a good indication that the alts are starting to move a bit more. The alts are starting to move a bit more. But let me know if you guys have any questions. I can see that the chat's very quiet. So let me know if you have any questions. And if you have any parts you want me to go over, because obviously I haven't really gone over much. Just what I was looking at, right? Yeah, so like for WorldCoin, we were saying that we kind of have to wait for the price to close above this level here. Like, we looked at taking the trade earlier over here and essentially just get stopped out, because it needs to close above this level here. And if it doesn't close above, then it's not really valid to take positions, right? So in order for it to be valid, needed to close above the resistance. Okay, if it doesn't close above the resistance, then it's not a trade worth taking. But it looks like Litecoin here, I mean Chainlink. I want to see what's happening here with Chainlink, because have a look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame is kind of just holding, right? Chainlink's made a huge recovery though. Like, it's made a huge recovery. It's one of those coins that, you know, we're gonna see. It's gonna pump the most in the bull run, I think, because essentially, like, we had this massive dump, and you can see how it's been climbing. There's a lot of buying pressure for Chainlink at the moment, and it's just due to like how much ecosystem and, you know, everyone behind it that backs it. A lot of people love Chainlink and love the project behind Chainlink. So it is one of those coins that will be here in the long run. So I can see why they're taking longs and they are buying at these prices. You check Massive. Yeah, let's go over Massive. So like I said, for Massive, we just take a long, but I think we just hit break even, because yeah, we did hit break even here. So my stop loss was moved to break even. But essentially, I was just basically taking a long based on the 15-minute time frame here. So like, we had a double bottom, but now we're closing below. So this is interesting. I think taking shorts here for Matic are actually so valid. Yeah, taking shorts here for Matic looks so clean. So what I want to wait for here, if this next 15-minute candle does close bearish like this, I would probably just take sells straight away. We just need to have a look here and see where the next levels are. The problem with Matic, it has so much choppiness over here. So basically, you know, we can't really trade this. But I think taking sells are definitely valid. Like for Ethereum, we still currently in the sell. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take some sells here for Matic. It makes sense. So let's see. Yeah, I'll expect Matic just to trip here. We close below the range. Yeah, this looks clean, to be honest with you guys. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm placing some balance. So yeah, I'm gonna take these sells here for Matic. Round about at 0.5102. Essentially target this wick here. I want to see if there's maybe another level we can look at. Your stop loss would have to be above this high over here. But yeah, it looks clean, because Bitcoin's currently like at support at 26K. I'm expecting like a liquidity sweep. Basically, what I'm expecting here for Bitcoin is, yeah, like, look at this, right? I think Bitcoin is gonna tank. So sorry about that. Yeah, we should be back up and running now. Yeah, we're back up and running. So for Matic, can you see that the key level here is definitely here around about 0.5064. So that's where we want to be taking profit. You want to go to the higher time frames to look at that. Okay, so you can see that even on the 1-hour time frame, it's still valid. So taking these sells are definitely clean. They're definitely clean here for Matic. So I'm definitely going to take this trade. Yeah, and APT kind of still holding. I mean, I'm still long here somehow. Still long. And obviously, this is the Ethereum looks terrible. So that's the 30-minute closure, yeah. So the 30-minute did close bearish. The 𝗕𝗃 still looks clean for sells if you guys want to take these. The problem is like, so look at this, right? This is another part of my strategy, right? Basically, what you want to be doing here, wait for a top wick. Yeah. So I'll quickly drive it in here. So if you're not in this trade, wait for this to flip bearish, then it'll be very, very clean. Because what I like to do is basically when you're looking for sells, I've said this many times before, but basically when you close below a key level like this, right? So we didn't close below, but we've closed below now. You want to see a top wick getting created back at this level and then flip bearish. Yeah. That would be the ideal setup, because right now, like, the thing is, we haven't created a top wick, but we're creating one right now. Okay. So because we're creating a top wick right now, then it's pretty much only valid to take these sells. Okay. Once we flip bearish here, we'll see quite a nice move down. So it's called a breakout, right? It's essentially just called a breakout. If you have a look at the playbook here, basically this. Small wick down, same thing, right? We went over the celery play a bit earlier, but essentially that's what we're looking at. Okay, so the celery play was with APT. But yeah, WorldCoin, we just waiting. WorldCoin's kind of just but yeah, Chainlink, I mean 𝗕𝗃 got quite a nice range we're holding here. Because Bitcoin is looking quite weak here, to be honest with you guys. So taking stalls here from 𝗕𝗃 are definitely valid. So let's see how this plays out. So yeah, we did take sells, yeah. But it looks like there may be a liquidity sweep. We'll see. Like, let's see, guys. We took these sells, and it looks like even Ethereum is just Ethereum hit TP1, yeah. So we've hit TP1 for ETH. Yeah. So TP2 is probably going to get hit. I'm expecting quite a big dump here. I can just feel it. Kind of just sense it right now. Whole market's kind of flipping bearish here. We short on 𝗕𝗃 here. I mean, 𝗕𝗃 loses this level. It's kind of just straight dead here. So yeah, let's see. But yeah, we're just currently short on 𝗕𝗃 and Ethereum currently. I think this strategy that I have right now, it's definitely one that you guys should learn, because the thing with it, it's not even that hard. It's the whole thing. It's about being patient, right? If you can't be patient with the strategy, then it's not going to play off. Because the thing is, you have to wait for candles to close, right? So, for example, if we didn't wait for this 30-minute candle to close bearish here, it just wouldn't have played out, right? Like Ethereum, right? We took the sells based on I think it was the 15 closure, right? Yeah, it was based on the 15 closure, and you're targeting the bottom wick here. But I will have a in-depth guide on this strategy, which will be uploaded like very soon. I do have a lot of YouTube videos coming in the next, like, this whole week. I'm kind of just planning to do a whole YouTube video educational series, especially with my strategy and stuff, because a lot of people don't understand how I trade. But when you watch my live stream every day, I'm sure you guys are starting to understand my ways. Because I did actually learn most of my trading from a guy named 𝗕𝗪𝗧. He is a forex live stream trader. So similarly to, so I'm more of I'm a crypto live stream trader, but he's more forex. But I do trade forex sometimes. So it's the same thing though. It's literally just the same thing over and over. Let's see what's happening here. It looks like Bitcoin wants to break. Bitcoin really, really wants to break, but I don't think it's gonna. We're not short here on Bitcoin because the thing is, did it close below? No, it didn't, right? It didn't close below for Bitcoin. That's why we didn't actually take the setup for Bitcoin. But on Ethereum, we did take that sell because it closed below that key level, right? So the whole thing is about identifying key levels of interest, right? So we have a key level of interest, right? And once you close below this key level interest, the probability of price carrying on to the downside or vice versa to the upside is more likely, right? If you're closing below a key support, there is more probability of price just carrying on to the downside. Like for me, it makes more sense. Right? That's part of the strategy, right? So we short some 𝗕𝗪𝗧𝗧 here as well. We short. I think Bitcoin's about to fall through the roof though. So if you want to take shorts of Bitcoin, looks good. But personally, I'm not. I'm just already in 2 trades. For me, it just doesn't make sense. But just looks like 𝗕𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧's about to fall. APT is gonna hit my break even, definitely break even. So this is why it's important to take profits, right? Because for example, right, for APT, I took 50% share and then put my stop loss to break even because the probability of price getting rejected here was more likely, right? So if I took it full at this level, it's obviously a good level to take your profits, but sometimes price might just spark above that level, and you kind of get more that than you wanted. But essentially, just short on 𝗕𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧 here and Ethereum. But Ethereum has kind of hit TP, almost TP2. So we did take some profits here. But it looks like Bitcoin kind of a lot of people are buying this area. That is currently the problem because so what I'm expecting here is Bitcoin dump straight back down to 25,900. Yeah. So it's either that or we just see quite a nice push back up from this level. But I mean, there's just a bit too much of selling pressure at the moment for Bitcoin to pump. My screen just keeps going, yeah. So it's also very good to be neutral in the market, right? Because like I said, let's just say, like for example, Bitcoin was looking bearish the whole day today, right? So in your logical mind, what are you thinking? You're thinking, okay, Bitcoin's looking bearish, like the probability of me taking sells today is more likely, right? Same with Ethereum, right? This was a clean sell setup. Same with 𝗕𝗪𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧, it's still a clean sell setup here. And the thing is, what APT was looking at, it was a clean long setup, and that's why I took it, right? So not every coin is going to do the same thing. That's kind of what I'm saying now. If they all did the same thing, then it would be very, very easy to trade, right? I mean, technically you could just take longs. Like let's just say you long on Ethereum, right? Just take longs on every other coin. But yeah, most of the time it doesn't work like that. Currently just still holding this level here. I want to see how this next 15 closes. But essentially Bitcoin, see right now, right? A lot of people are buying up these levels here. Let's see here. What's happening? 26,023. yeah, look at this. Check here. So all these longs were liquidated. 140,000 longs were liquidated around about 26,045 over here. So 140,000 longs, dollars worth of longs were liquidated there. Quite crazy. So let's see what happens for 𝗕𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗦. I mean, it's still bearish. Like there's no reason not to hold the setup. Yeah, the thing is right now, I think what's currently happening is price is just unsure. So a lot of people are trying to buy these dips, especially with Bitcoin. You can see that a lot of people are trying to flip this to the upside. Yeah, you can see here. So this is why we did take profit for Ethereum. We took most of it. So what I'm gonna do now, you just move your stop loss to break even for this ETH trade. So now if it starts to flip bullish, okay. Is okay. So it looks like 𝗕𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗦 is kind of flipping here. No, it's okay. See how price is it's just very, very uncertain at the moment because Bitcoin 26,000 is very, very hard for to break. Okay. We spoke about like psychological levels. Coin looks good. Coin's approaching. The thing is, I'm still gonna hold this 𝗕𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗦 because I do think that it's still gonna carry on to the downside because it closed below the key level here, and the problem is Bitcoin didn't. That is why we are seeing quite a little bit of a move up here. It's because Bitcoin didn't close below its key level. So it's just patience, but it's fine. Chainlink. But we just still short 𝗕𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗦. Then obviously ETH we took profit already. We took like 50%. And then we just moved our stop loss to break even. Then for Altcoin, we're looking at buys. Well, so I want to see how this next 1 hour candle closes. Yeah, I mean this is looking good. Altcoin's interesting because you don't even have to use a lot of leverage here. Like I only use like 10x leverage for altcoins, sometimes 20, but you don't even have to use high leverage. You can use a 5x and still make like 50 with just obviously the range, right? So if you're working in like a 4% range, using 5x, then you can make 20. Like for example, this range that we're working with here for Walcoin is quite a big range, right? I think it's around about 7 to 8%. Quite a big range, right? So if you wanna take the setup, what we have to do here is we have to wait. We have to wait for this next 1 hour candle to close bullish. Once we close bullish, then you have to put your stop loss below the previous wick and then take profit at these highs. The thing is with Walcoin, you have to keep in mind that you're using lower leverage. It's easier because the problem is these wicks are quite big, right? So like your stop loss on a 10x would have to be at like 19% loss, but your take profit is at 78% profit. But if you're using a 20x, then you would say 1.9 times 2 is essentially 3.6, right? What is that math? 3.8. So it's 38% loss on a 20x. So yeah, I mean it's up to you, but essentially Like, look at Ethereum. I mean, there's nothing bullish about this, right? I would expect price to just carry on to the downside, yeah, to be honest. I mean, there is a bit of buying pressure right now for Bitcoin, but like, is it enough? I don't think so. Like, even with 𝗕𝗪𝗃, we still in the short here. It didn't really move up much, still kind of at break even. But at any given point, this can still flip bullish, right? We have a doji candle here, but it's fine because as long as price stays below this blue line here, it's still bearish. Right? If price starts to close above this blue line, it's bullish. Yeah. Yeah, so APT, we stopped out of break even there. But we did take some profits, which is obviously very, very good. So now reevaluating APT, like, I'm still bullish though, because the thing is, I want to see if has this actually just topped out, or is this just a potential retest? Okay, so let's have a look here. If we draw a level here, I want to see how far left. You want to kind of just see here. Where is this level accordance to what we have going on? There's not much, right? Yeah, so like it is a potential retest here because only a real level we have here is like 5.713. Like here, that's like a level that we got. That's already been tapped into. So I think that APT might just be finished here in terms of like carrying on to the upside. So for me to look for longs, like now, no, I'm not really looking at that. But it looks like it's closing back below the range here. And like we said, we're still bearish on quite a few coins here. So 𝗕𝗪𝗃, we're still bearish. We're still in shorts. So yeah, let's see how these plays out. What coins are you analyzing? What is the analysis for all coin? What time frame do you use for candlestick closure? Two more questions, please. How do you use measurement for the purpose of how do you interpret long short position? Okay. Sorry, I did not see your questions, but essentially, okay, so this is 𝗕𝗪𝗃. We took a short on 𝗕𝗪𝗃. Ethereum, we took 50% profit for Ethereum. We did take a short at around about 15.72. What time frame do I use for candlestick closure? So that's a very, very good question. So basically, it actually, like, to be honest with you, it depends. So like, for example, right, if you look at 𝗕𝗪𝗃, right now, you can see that this was the low on the 1 hour time frame at around about 0.5113. Yeah. So this was the low. Look on the 30-minute, right? The thing is, with the 30 minutes, we had a double bottom here. And the thing is, this 1 hour low over here, this was the 1 hour low, and it's also the 30-minute low. Okay. But because we have another 30-minute low over here, then what you need to wait for is you need to wait for 30-minute candles to close below there. Okay. So you need to understand, okay, is it, the 1 hour candle low, does that represent the 30-minute low? Does it represent the 50-minute low? And does it represent the 5-minute low? And if they all represent each low, then it's valid, right? So because we closed below this 1 hour low on the, the 30 minutes and the 15, right? Like if you look at the 15 as well, the 15 closed below, then it's valid to take sells. So anywhere below this level here, it's valid to take sells, based on like all the support and all the resistance being the same. So you need to make sure that your 1 hour resistance, like for example this one, you make sure that your 1 hour support your 30-minute support, your 15, and your 5-minute support all align with one another, and then you can take sells based on that. Like same thing with Ethereum. So look at this for Ethereum, right? So the reason why we took sells here, so if you have a look at 1 hour, right? So our 1 hour low was right over here, okay? So this is our 1 hour low that I've just highlighted on the chart, okay? So we know that, okay, price is most likely going to sell off below that level. So we have a look at the 30 minutes. We have a look at the 30 minutes here, and look at this, right? Price tapped into the zone once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, okay? So 4 times tapped into the zone, and we got a reaction. We got a bounce from that zone. We know that, okay, if price somehow closes below this zone, we're most probably going to see the closure, okay? So now you go down to the 15 minutes. So the 15 over here, this is what we had, right? This is our 15 over here. Same with over here and over here. So once we close below this level on the 15, I took sells. So you kind of have to have all your levels, they need to be the same, right? And if I'm taking sells based on the 15-minute candle, you need to ask yourself, is it actually valid to take these sells? Or is it, you know what I mean? So price needed to close below this level, otherwise it wasn't valid. Okay, so you wanna how to use measurement to calculate pips or percentage in crypto? What do you mean? So like this trade here for Ethereum, let's have a look here. So basically, what you do is this. You have a look here. So my goal, my targets for this trade was 0.56%. Okay, so my target for this trade is 0.56%, right? So target percent, right? And then depends what leverage you're using, right? So if you're using 20 leverage, okay, you times that, okay, times that by 20, and then you get that would be 10.4, right? 10.4%. So if you're using 20 leverage, then it will be 10.4%. That is what you're gaining. If you're using 30 leverage, you times 0.56 by 30. So you basically times your percentage by your leverage, and that's what you get. Okay? That's how you get your percentage. Very, very simple. Same with your stop loss. Like, for example, well, our stop loss is at break even here, but same thing. For Matic, same thing here. We took a short for Matic here. My stop loss is at 0.4549%, but I'm using a 28. That will be like a 10% loss on this trade, whereas my take profit would be 14%. Yeah. Yeah, Matic's kind of struggling a bit. Bitcoin's holding up as well. So that's the main reason why we've seen. And I'm waiting for WorldCoin here because WorldCoin kind of looking bullish. So we'll see how this closes here for WorldCoin. But essentially, I'm looking at a potential long here. And then same thing like Matic, we took a short here for Matic. I want to see what's happening. Because you can see right now, like, in order for me to like close this position for Matic, there would be one solution. Like, I mean, well, not solution. There will be one thought process here. As long as price, right? As long as price holds this low, okay. As long as price closes below here every single time, then it's still valid for price to come down. Okay. But if price starts closing above this level, then I'll be like, okay, maybe I should cancel the setup and look for another one. Right? But the thing is, that's the whole thing with probabilities, right? So like for Ethereum, it closed beautifully below here, and we had a nice level. And then obviously Matic is just kind of just taking a while. How many trades can you manage per time for fixing? Well, depends. Like the thing is, like my trades are pretty organized, right? So for Ethereum, right, like when I took this trade, my TP1 was set already, so I already knew that my TP1 was here, and then this is my TP2. Yeah, so I've kind of already put that in my exchange. I've already taken profit. So you kind of need to just plan out your trades, right? Like for Matic, like my stop loss is already put in my broker. Like I'm using CoinW, right? So basically, my stop loss is already set there, yeah, and my TP is already set there. So I don't really need to like watch this trade because it's part of my setup. You don't really need to carry on watching the setups when you're in a trade. Um, so yeah, that's what you can have like 10 positions open because essentially you've pre-planned the trades already. Yeah? So when you pre-plan a trade, you don't really need to carry on watching the setup. The only reason why you want to be watching the setup is to see if like how these candles start closing, because like for example, if this trade over here for Matic, if it starts closing above this key level here, then I'd be like, okay, this could just potentially be a fake out, and I don't know if it's going to flip back down. But yeah, that's currently how I do it. But as long as Matic stays below this level here, right, as long as it stays below here, then this trader can still flip bearish and come back down, right? Because the higher time frames are telling me so, right? The 30-minute time frame is telling me that it's still looking bearish. The 1 hour time frame, like even now, right? You can see we took the sells based on the 30-minute time frame, yeah. And then when this 1 hour time frame closes now, if it closes below this level, respecting this low, right, then it's still valid to take these sells because based on the even the 4 hour time frame, let's quickly have a look here. So that's also closing in 2 minutes here. So the 4 hour time frame is closing, and it's closing below this key level here, which is what we've drawn. You can see that this key level here, there's a lot of wicks over there. So as long as price closes below this level here, it's still valid really to keep this trade in. Because all the higher time frames are telling me that price is most likely going to come down. Um, so you don't just start stressing like automatically, right? You need to wait until price. So basically, like if price didn't close below this level on the 30 minutes or the 15 minutes, then it's not really valid to take the sells. But because right now, if price is closing below the level on the 1 hour time frame slash the 4 hour time frame, then you could probably take the sells now without even having taken the sells prior, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's the current. That's how I view it. Um, but that's just part of like the strategy. But you always want to be waiting for the higher time frames to close. Yeah, so like that's how many time frames do you use for analysis and entry? Yeah. Um, like that's a hard question to answer because basically it honestly depends. So like depend so like how I get my direction is based on the higher time frames, right? Like the 4 hour and the daily time frame. So obviously Matic, we are bearish, right? So we've been bearish the whole day. So in order for me to take sells, you need to wait for candles to start closing below key levels. Yeah. So if I'm bearish on the higher time frames, and then I'd be looking at sells below a support level. I wouldn't. If I'm bearish on the daily and the 1 hour time frame, I mean the daily and the 4 hour, then you wait for price to close below a key level, and then you take sells. You don't really just want to take sells because it's bearish on the daily, but once you start closing below these key levels on the smaller time frames, like the 1 hour, the 15, and the 30, then it's more valid to take these positions. So you get your bias from the higher time frames, right? like we've just said, the daily and the 4-hour. For example, for APT, it was looking bullish today on the daily, right? Yeah. So on the daily time frame, it was looking bullish, right? And the 4-hour time frame was looking bullish. So that's why I took longs for APT. APT looks good for longs here, guys. Yeah, you can see here, like looking at this right now, APT looks good for longs. So on the 4-hour time frame, right, we've closed back above a very, very crucial level. So we have this level over here, right? Very, very strong key level. And it looks very, very clean. So I'm expecting prices to carry on here to the upside for APT. And Matic, yeah, I want to see what's happening in Matic. Might actually just close this straight up. It looks like price is starting to flip bullish here. Let's see. But the thing is with APT, it's kind of just, yeah, I want to see this. This is going to be, I mean, I might take another long here. We'll let you know if I do. But I want to see this. You see this bottom wick getting created right now for APC, which is good, right? So once this bottom wick gets created, I want to see it flip bullish, and then we'll take some longs. Yeah. Yeah, the time frame, it is definitely the hardest to overcome when trading. Like, thing is, the higher time frames always win. So if you're taking a sell based on the 4-hour time frame because it closed below a key level, it's more valid than taking it on the 15 minutes or the 5 minute, right? But the thing is, the probability of it's going to take a lot longer to play out, right? If you're taking sells based on the 4-hour time frame, it's going to take a lot longer than if you're taking sells based on the 5 or the 15 minutes. So you need to make sure that if you're taking a sell, like based on like right now, if you take sells based on the 1-hour closure, you can see that price is starting to pump. So what I'm going to do here for Matic, I think, yeah, I think this trade, the market's kind of flipping bullish here, so I'm probably just gonna, like you can see Ethereum coming back up to break even here. Coming back up to break even. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this trade in because the thing is the higher time frames are still telling me that it's bearish. Don't let the smaller time frames influence your decisions here. So as long as, like I said, as long as the price stays below this blue line, right? Technically we're still bearish. Okay? As long as price stays below this blue line, we still bearish. So if this next 15-minute candle closes above this blue line, then I'll be like, okay, hey guys, I'm going to take this position out. But as long as price stays below this level, then it's valid to take sells. So that is the current situation. But essentially, yeah, we do this every single day, guys. We take trades every single day on this live. So if you guys do enjoy the content, make sure you do subscribe, and do enjoy it. Make sure you send it out to some of your friends, because we do trade every single day here. Every single day. Sometimes I trade on Sundays. I didn't actually trade this Sunday. I had things to do, but essentially we trade every single day. The Matic, as long as Matic stays below this blue line, yeah, we still bearish, guys. As long as we stay below there, we bearish. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to worry about a trade if it's still part of the plan, right? So you can see Bitcoin's coming up a bit here, but the thing is, right? The thing is, Bitcoin still needs to close above this level here. Yeah. So Bitcoin still needs to close above here. And I don't see that happening. Because the thing is, if you have a look at the higher time frames, yeah, like the 4-hour candle. So look at this on Bitcoin, right? So if you have a look at this on Bitcoin, like the 4-hour candle closed below this level. So basically, um, yeah. So look at this, right? It's very key points here. So Bitcoin, we had this level drawn on the 1 hour, the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 15 minutes, and obviously the lower time frames here. And the 4-hour candle closed below this level, right? But and you see, you can't see a bottom wick, right? So you can see as this 4-hour candle opened, it's only created a top wick. So at any given point of time, price can still flip bearish, right? So just keep that in mind that on the higher time frame, we haven't as of yet uh, created a bottom wick. Yeah. So at any given point of time, even the 1 hour, right, it can still flip bearish. Please let me know if I can copy trade. If I can copy your trade on CoinW, add me an average amount. Yeah, you can. This is me over here. It depends on how much you have, right? So, like, I don't know, like for you to, so essentially, these are my main coins that I trade. So I trade like WorldCoin, Solana, and 𝗕𝗘𝗪. Like my win rate's very high with these coins. But essentially, like it depends on how much you have. So like if you have $100, right? Then you could only really be risking 10% of that account. So like $10 per trade would be ideal. So like it depends on how much you have, because I risk 5% on my account. So I risk around about $100 to $200 per trade. That's it's just basically like 5 to 7% on my account. So it depends, right? So I would suggest you have to be risking the same amount as me in terms of percentage, right? So yeah, this month's been very good. Last month I didn't have a great month last month, but I've recovered everything from last month. You can see that I've still got another 6 days here. Try to get this back up to 4 to 7, which would be great. So we'll see. But I would suggest just risking like a percentage, like a 10% of your account balance. Because the thing is, like sometimes in a day, right, you have a look at my my order history, right? So like today, I've had, if you look at just today, what's today? The 25th. So I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades today. Yeah. So I've had 6 trades today. And one was in a loss, but all of the rest were in profit. Quite a nice, decent amount of profit here for today. Okay. So, but the thing is, I sometimes have more than one trade open at once, right? So it's important to allow your funds. Yeah, sorry about that. It did lag out there for a little bit there. So like I was saying, it's just risk a portion of your account per trade. Yeah. So like I said, guys, this is exactly what I've been saying. Okay, so I hope that answered your question. But this is exactly what I was saying. If you guys remember what I was saying on the 4-hour time frame, right? Because price has created a top wick, right? At any given point of time, we can still flip bearish, right? And we haven't. We just created a top wick right now. So at any given point of time, this can still flip bearish here for Bitcoin. And that's why I'm still going to be in this sell for 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 because the higher time frames are still telling me that it's bearish, right? So like obviously it does take a bit of studying, but it comes naturally at a point, right? But yeah, just short of Matic still. Ethereum's kind of just doing its own thing. Yeah, I think WorldCoin looks so bullish. Thing is, I don't want to overextend myself on these trades too much, right? Um, but it looks very, very good, yeah. Yeah, so if you guys haven't entered this Matic, I think it's still gonna print quite well. We'll see. And also, so I'm thinking about entering a long here for WorldCoin, guys, because it looks so clean. Let's be honest with you. To be very, very honest with you, I think that this could pump quite a bit here. I think it could pump very, very well. I'll let you know if I do enter that though. I'm gonna wait for some type of closure there. But let's see. Matic looks like it should dump here. Because the thing is, you guys were here earlier. I said that, yeah, look at that. It's a huge reaction at this level here for Bitcoin. So I was saying the whole thing was the reason why it wasn't dumping initially is because we hadn't created that top wick. But now we've created a top wick. Now there's room for Bitcoin to carry on coming down here. So the probability of price coming down is more likely than it just carry on the upside. And yeah, I mean the next 30 minutes, yeah, we should see a bit more volume. I'm kind of just, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream very soon. I've been streaming for way too long today. I did a live stream in the app, and then I did a live stream here for like another 2 hours. So this has been a very, very long stream. I haven't even had lunch. Um, yeah, yeah. I think like Chainlink's just bullish, right? Chainlink is, let's see. So if sourcing Matic is just looking really, really clean. Yeah, and the 15 is closing now. Okay, nice. That's one of the best 15 closures you could probably have. This confirmed straight away that I'm gonna hold this position. There's no reason. There's just no reason like not to hold this. So if you haven't entered the sell, this would be a beautiful beautiful entry for a sell. And basically now you can actually have your stop loss above this wick here. Okay, you can have your stop loss above this wick. Initially we haven't had it above here, but now because we're creating all this price action, it's very very valid to have your stop loss above this wick here. Okay, that's a setup. Definitely in this trade, yeah. And then Ethereum, like it's just beautiful. This was a beautiful trade. We've already taken profits here. Oh wait, my screen's frozen. OBS. So yeah, we did take this trade for Ethereum. It's already hit CP1. And then Matic we in the short. So you guys did just join. We did take the short here for Matic. We took it like quite a while ago, but it's still currently at break even. So you could still enter right now if you guys haven't entered Matic. So we're shorting Matic. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would still short this. Like I said, guys, as long as price stays below this blue line, it's still bearish. Okay. Like same thing with Bitcoin. I want to quickly just talk about the whole flip of the candle because I'm probably gonna take a sell here for Bitcoin very very soon. Yeah. Have you been trading forex for 5 years? Do you still trade forex? Yes, yeah. So I've been trading forex for a very, very long time. I still do trade forex sometimes, mainly just gold. Um, yeah. So I basically I traded forex since when I was in Trick, so about 5 years ago. Started then, and then throughout varsity, I've just been trading forex. And then like 3 years ago, I got into crypto trading because the whole thing is like market structure is very, very similar, right? So it kind of plays a role, and market structure just is very, very similar in terms of forex and crypto. The only thing that's very, very different, you only trade gold, yeah, as well. That's very. I only used to trade gold as well. Yeah, I can do a gold analysis if you want. Let me know if you want to see a gold analysis because I do trade a bit of gold. I actually am funded on a few brokers. So I'm funded on the FTMO and funded engineer. So I do use funded accounts for that. Then I use my funded accounts to my crypto to trade crypto. So whatever profits I make, I just kind of put it in like my own trading pool, and I trade crypto and pretty much gold with it. Yeah, so I'm the same as you. I only really trade gold. I traded UJ for quite a bit of time, um, but it was just gold and sometimes Nasdaq because when I was trading crypto and forex, I'd be trading Nasdaq with crypto, kind of the same. Yeah, it's great. I enjoy trading gold a lot. Gold's very, very cool. The thing is, gold is it's very like if you don't know what you're doing when trading gold, it can wipe you out. I mean, when I first started crypto, I mean trading, I got wiped out a lot. I'm pretty sure most traders do. So you always hear those stories about traders getting, blowing accounts, and I can tell you I've blown probably around about 20 accounts. But that's part of the journey, right? So yeah, so we did take a short here for Matic. You guys did just join. Like I said, Bitcoin's flipping bearish here. Um, yeah, looks very, very clean. And I think once Bitcoin, let's just wait. I want to wait for this next 15-minute candle. Once this next 15-minute candle closes like this, I'll probably take sells for Bitcoin. Yeah. The problem is it's not that too big of a range, right? It's not too big of a range. Emmanuel, what I would suggest, like if you're new to trading and you just trade gold, you should. I watch this guy. His name's 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪 on YouTube. He's the. I'm not too sure if you know him. He's actually the guy that made me profitable. So this guy, yeah, he trades gold every single day. He only trades gold. He does a bit of gold and UJ. But essentially, this guy, I watched this guy for 2.5 years straight, right? And I learned every single thing from him. So like, how I trade is basically his way of trading. So this playbook here is pretty much his playbook. I use all of that in crypto and all of that. You must have a look at this guy. He's very, very good. Like that's what I'm basically doing in my account. It's using his style of trading and incorporating it into mine. So, I mean, I've been using it for 6 months, 6 to 8 months, and it's proven to have a very, very good track record. So my average, yeah, it's like 60. Not bad. As you know, being a trader, having a good win rate, it's not really about can I get his name? Yeah, 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪, give him a watch, man. He's very, very good. He's literally what made me profitable. Um, yeah, it's important though. Like, what I'd suggest, like, especially when you're watching different streams. Because what I used to do is when I first started trading, I kind of just stream hop, right? I would go from one stream to another, not finding signals, but it's always good to stay loyal to someone, right? So like for him, I only used to watch his streams every single day, right? Like every single day, I didn't miss a stream. I watched it for 2 hours, made sure like I listened to every single thing he was saying, and then that's literally how I learned, right? Every single day, I'll just tune in. So yeah, you have a 50. Thanks for sharing this. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so 50K funded. Yeah, obviously prop firms at the moment is a bit sketchy, but I mean they've been around for so long. It was just the one that obviously crashed, but um, that's good. Yeah, you must keep on going, man. So what I would suggest is once you his name, yeah, his name is Don Ver, 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪, so 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. Give him a watch, man. He only trades gold, and he's streaming at the moment now. So um, yeah. So we took a short trade, guys, for 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. If you guys did just join, we are short on 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪. We took a short on ETH. It pretty much hit TP already. Hit TP2 pretty much. And Bitcoin's looking like it really wants to dump here, but there's a lot of buying pressure at the moment. Yeah, 𝗕𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪's struggling, to be honest with you. There's just a lot of liquidity that's yeah, I want to see what's happening. And the thing is Bitcoin right now, it's yeah, you can see what's happening here. We might get stopped out here automatic just based on what's happening. Not closing below this key level, yeah. We needed to close below. Yeah, the thing is right now it's just Bitcoin's at such a critical place, right? It's at like crucial support. Yeah. And when price is at a very crucial support, even like Matic, right? This whole zone over here, very critical. So yeah, we just got stopped out here for Matic. So I'm gonna take this one like on the chin because um it's not a bad wasn't a bad setup, right? It was just part of the strategy. I would have taken this trade any other day. Any other day I would have taken the same. So we did get stopped out here. We did get stopped out. But I want to see, I think there's still more downside, to be honest with you guys. So WorldCoin, I'm looking at longs here, to be honest. APT just looks so bullish still. Yeah, so APT looks bullish here. WorldCoin just looks like it's about to pump. What I'll do here for WorldCoin, I'll probably just wait for this next 15 minutes, yeah, wait 5 minutes. And then you could probably take long straight off the bat. Yeah, the thing is right now, we spoke about this for APT and bullish, right? I'm gonna take long here for WorldCoin because like the 15-minute looks so good. Yeah, I mean this looks too. Have your stop loss below this wick. The market is very indecisive at the moment. You can see there's just Take these buys, yeah. I want to wait for this 15 minutes to close. Yeah. Yeah, that WorldCoin just looks. Yeah, this is why we did have a stop loss for Matic. We would have got stopped out. I mean, we would have, like, imagine, right? Our stop loss wasn't his. Just see. You can see price is just kind of just doing. The WorldCoin looks good here, guys. I'm definitely gonna take these longs here for WorldCoin. Yeah, I did take it long here for WorldCoin. I just think it's very clean. Yeah, I just think it's clean. As long as the 15 closes bullish, you're good. So what you want to do is you want to have your stop loss below this wick here. Yeah, so we did take longs here for WorldCoin. Thing is, it closed above our key zone, right? Like, waiting for this. Is that the 30-minute closure? Yeah. So the 30-minute closed above our level slash the 15, 45-minute doesn't really matter. The 15 closed bullish. Yeah, I would expect price to just carry on to the upside now. But I think I'm gonna call the stream, guys. I do have to go. I do appreciate everyone being here though. Been a good stream. It's been just very, very long. I do have to go now. But I do appreciate everyone being here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Yeah, TP1 for gold coins at 1.727. TP2 is at 1.811. Yeah, then your stop loss below. So yeah, I'll see you guys.